Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you the last finals of the Zotac Cup LawLiet versus Cechi game 1 in a best of 5 series between the two, as we have Cechi spawning as the blue Undead player on the bottom left. Meanwhile, over here on the top right we have LawLiet spawning as the yellow Night Elf. We'll see if he tries to go for a Warden, as the Warden was really the reason why he's gotten to where he is after an amazing semi-final match. 41 minutes of non-stop excitement on Echo Isle, as we are now moving into what should be history for all of you WarCraft 3 fans out there. And we'll see whether or not this series will live up to being the final game. Now, let's take a look. Altar of Elders being placed down Moonwell. We are going for an Ancient of War down over here. I could have sworn this was game 1, so not quite sure what the 1-0 was for. Well, let's just assume it is game 1, as we are now looking at Tomb of Relic coming into play, Ziggurat, Crypt, and also an Altar of Darkness. It looks like it will be a Death Knight Ghoul opening coming in from Cechi. There is the Ghoul. There is not a Death Knight. There it is, finally, as that Ziggurat is done. In terms of strategy, LawLiet is most likely going to be opening up with the Demon Hunter, getting that Archer, and then attempting to take out this 5-3-3 creep camp. Meanwhile, the Death Knight is probably going to try and rush across the map, pick up perhaps even Dust of Appearance, and interrupt all of that creeping. The reason why? The Death Knight doesn't really want to creep by himself in the early portions of the game. The ghouls are just too fragile, and the Crypt Fiends are just that much better. Also, the Undead player can easily catch up in terms of creeping fairly quickly, and he doesn't want to give the Night Elf a license to just gain experience. So far, we're looking at LawLiet down over here. He is going to be setting up an additional Moonwell. There is that Demon Hunter. The Archer should already be out, and there you go. The Archer does get the shot off there. The Demon Hunter already with experience on the board, as a Wisp is going to do some repairing. Meanwhile, the Death Knight going with Unholy Aura first. This is not too uncommon, but what is uncommon is that he's going by himself. There is no other ghouls going with him, so I'm not quite sure how that really translates in terms of the overall strategy. Without that Death Coil, he's not going to be able to really steal any experience. As we see now, the Death Knight has gotten to the far side of the map. Did he steal any experience? No, he has not. The Demon Hunter is there with Claws of Attack +6, and an Archer is alongside him. Let's take a look. Wisp is now down over here. Wisp also over here doing a lot of very, very useful scouting, making sure to keep track of his opponent. All right, the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight already both going at it. The Archer may be making its way over as well, as Cechi is moving around very quickly with this one low hit point ghoul. Passive regeneration on that ghoul, since it is in fact getting some regeneration even off of Blight because of that Unholy Aura, as we are now looking at the Ancient of War off over here, still training up more and more Archers. What I am curious about, though, is the number of Archers that have currently joined in on this fight. Demon Hunter has come in, and oh, beautiful pathing there, preventing the Demon Hunter from getting in more damage. Now the Demon Hunter trying to get some extra experience. More ghouls come in just in time, as we are now looking at the ghouls to make their way over. The Demon Hunter may try to pick up a Boots of Speed or Staff of Teleportation, just the Boots of Speed, and now will be able to keep up with this army of ghouls. Death Knight on the far side, here you go. There comes all the ghouls on the far side here. Unholy Aura now activating on each of those units there. There's Dust of Appearance, as the Archers are now slipping through. Easy damage onto these low hit point Archers, or low maximum hit point Archers that have normal armor, hence taking more damage away from, or taking more damage from those ghouls. The reason why this works out incredibly well is because the Moonwells are being drained at a significantly high rate, and it's easier to take down the Archers who have 0 armor and take more damage from the ghouls than, say, trying to take out that Death Knight. Alright, there is a bit of pathing there, and this one Archer is looking to take a lot of damage. That Archer down to 58 hit points. Is it going to be able to get away? Down to 32 and falling quickly. One more shot should do it, and are we going to see a Dust of Appearance? Yes, another shot of Dust of Appearance is used, as we now see the ghouls trying to escape. Oh, a beautiful wall there by Cechi, allowing this ghoul to barely escape, and it will be back onto Blight. Regeneration will be very, very fast, and you never want to fight an undead player on Blight if you can help it. Dust of Appearance charges, 2 more now being purchased as Cechi is on the move here. Demon Hunter using this opportunity, thinking that the Death Knight is not going to be coming back in, but we are going to see the Death Knight come in already, and this is a rather interesting position to be in. The archers realize, wait, I cannot stop. My opponent does in fact have Dust of Appearance, which is extremely bad news. Alright, the Archer also taking some damage from poison over time as the Death Knight now wandering around from the far side here. Will it be able to catch up to those units? The Unholy Aura has come to an end. It will reactivate here in just a moment, and that Archer may end up falling. Cechi getting in some easy shots. One more shot should do it. Oh, the Archer gets it to a Moonwell just in time. LawLiet dodging a bit of a bullet there. Meanwhile, the Death Knight is going to have to deal with a Demon Hunter and a Panda. A very, very strong 1-2 punch there, as the Panda with that Breath of Fire will blow over many of these ghouls. Alright, is the Panda going to come in for a Breath of Fire? No, just gets off a little bow hit there onto that one poor unsuspecting ghoul. The Death Knight still wandering back and forth, and a great general of this army absorbing damage, not really caring as he backs away. We are going into Crypt Fiends finally, going into Black Citadel, grabbing a Lich, and pulling up a Slaughterhouse. This is a very, very aggressive tech to tier 3, as the Death Knight needs to make up some critical ground on the hero front. So far, though, Cechi has not lost nearly as much as LawLiet in terms of units. I believe 2 to 3 archers is what his opponent has lost so far, as the Demon Hunter getting stuck behind a skeletal minion. That is just always very, very odd, as the Demon Hunter could just easily walk around him, as the Panda now will get to level 2 off of this creep camp once he finishes off the Forest Troll Trapper and the Forest Troll Berserker. Here you go, Demon Hunter quickly getting surrounded. There is a mana burn. Oh, there is all of a sudden the Lich now coming in as well, getting in some easy shots, forcing a Scroll of Town Portal, as the Panda may be in a little bit of trouble here. Ancient of War is also in a little bit of trouble. Demon Hunter, is it leading the way? No, it is not. There is a Frost Nova, and down go. No, down does not go. The Demon Hunter buying a Staff of Preservation and saving the Archer at the right moment. All right, here, let's take a look. Ancient of War at 400 some odd hit points and rising. Are we going to see a detonation? Yes, we will. 400 some hit points and rising, as this Ancient of War is just slowly eating trees to replenish all of his hit points and perhaps live and fight another day. All right, Death Knight on the move back. You can see that the Lich is sitting at level 1. The Demon Hunter is still sitting at level 2 as well. Level 2, level 1 versus level 1, level 1. This does not look like your typical 1v1 matchup between Undead versus Night Elf. But this is pretty standard, because Cechi has been doing a good job just denying experience for LawLiet. By denying that experience, he knows that when he has the right composition of units, he has enough DPS and enough sustainment with the Obsidian statue, he can go out and quickly recover a lot of that experience. So that whole entire time, while he was denying experience, he's actually getting slightly a bit ahead. As you can see, level 2, level 1 now versus a level 2, level 2. Are we perhaps going to see a Frost Nova come in? Oh, the Panda could end up getting surrounded. Staff of Preservation saves it though once more. And that Staff of Preservation, so incredibly powerful. All we need now is another Staff of Preservation onto that Demon Hunter and give him a Staff of Teleportation. And he can teleport back home, use those Moonwells, and come back into the fight at a moment's notice. That Demon Hunter has to be careful though. According to the Orb of Corruption, the Orb of Corruption could do a lot of damage here. We see that the Lich has a friend alongside it. It is going to be a Naga Sea Witch. So DK, Lich, and Witch will be working together. However, the Naga Sea Witch does not have Boots of Speed yet, which is a bit of a surprise since it wants to try and slow down units. The Undead army has 3 heroes. The Night Elf army currently sitting at 2 does have a level 3 Demon Hunter and a level 2 Panda, which should work very well in his favor. He's going up against a 2-1-1, so a 3-2 versus a 2-1-1. We are relatively even in terms of level, and this may actually be Cechi's first mistake. He has not been using this time wisely. He has not been gaining experience. He's actually just been wandering around for 10-15 minutes, and that is not a good place to be in. There's a mana burn onto the Lich. The Lich very low on mana already, as the destroyers are now up in the air. Death Knight does come off with the Death Coil to try and save, as we do see Roar, Staff of Preservation, saving one bear, as a second bear may end up getting taken down. Yes, there it goes. Level 2 now on the Lich, as the Lich is now a force to be reckoned with. Crypt Fiends now going after the other units as well. There's a Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze on all the ghouls. And are we going to see all the units perhaps try and escape? The Demon Hunter going after that Lich. That Lich does not have many days left and finally taken out with an 87 point mana burn, but it looks as though the Panda is going to get taken out as well. So Panda goes down, Lich goes down, and the Naga Sea Witch is going to get taken out as well. The Naga Sea Witch extremely low on hit points. Oh, does it use a potion of healing? Yes, it does, just in time. And now the Death Knight unable to chase after that Demon Hunter, even though the Demon Hunter does also have a potion of greater healing. Alright, resurrecting heroes. It looks like the Lich will be the first on the menu, followed by the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch does resurrect fairly quickly. Obsidian statues are nowhere to be found on the map, and that means that Cechi is going to have a very bad day. Nope, Obsidian statue is bringing up the rear of this army, as the Death Knight will get to level 3 off of this creep camp very easily. Also picks up a Ring of Protection +3 to help with that damage mitigation, but he is going to be going up against the Demon Hunter. Level 3 Demon Hunter versus level 3 Death Knight. And what we're really looking at for is the number of Crypt Fiends and the number of Destroyers. Number of Destroyers only 2 right now. Number of Crypt Fiends only 2 as well, as the Death Knight going after this Null Assassin creep camp will not level up. Death Knight most likely does have level 2 Death Coil, more damage, more healing. What is not to like about that ability, as we are looking at a Red Drake getting taken down by Dryads, and finally getting taken down there. Boots of Quel'Thalas was left behind. The Demon Hunter is going to go ahead and pick up those boots now, but at +17 damage between the Boots of Quel'Thalas, Orb of Venom, and Claws of Attack +6. Alright, Ring of Protection +2 quickly destroyed, in order to not be left behind and perhaps make his opponent's units stronger. Level 3, level 2, level 1 now, as the Naga Sea Witch is being added, and this will be going up against a level 4, level 3, I believe. Level 4, level 3, that Panda just at level 3. As we're looking at both sides creeping out this red creep camp. Alright, Lich is fairly strong here. It looks as though the Death Knight does pick up Cloak of Flames, a rather useful item on that Death Knight, who does tend to really get into the midst of the action. Anytime you have more passive damage where you don't have to really do anything about it, it is better. Attack damage or the passive damage of that Death Knight's immolation or dealing damage to units around it, and does not actually deal any friendly fire, unlike the Lightning Shield. Death Knight now ready to go, attempting to take down this creep camp. You can see that the destroyers are going after the Red Drake. The Red Drake is going to end up falling extremely quickly, especially with that -5 armor debuff. And it's just going to be a matter of time before it is taken out. Level 3 now on the Lich. Where is that Naga Sea Witch, though? The Naga Sea Witch is nowhere to be found. Naga Sea Witch is right there. Level 2 Naga Sea Witch, level 3 Lich, as we are now looking at a big push inside this main base. The bear is attempting to take down some of this here. We are going to see the Acolytes slowly regenerating those hit points. The Panda could come back in with another Breath of Fire in just a moment. A second Breath of Fire could deal a lot of damage, as we are now looking at this Tree of Life gonna get taken out. There goes the Tree of Life. No expansion up for his opponent. There's the Scroll Town Portal coming back just in time, as the bears are now attempting to take down some of these units. All right, one bear does get taken out. A second bear could get taken out. Is it going to go down? No, it is not. Teleported back in time, as we do not have a Necropolis. All right, no mining whatsoever. Wow, what is going on here? No mining whatsoever. Cechi is bringing everything with him in this fight. And without any mining going on back at home, that is just extremely, extremely bad news. Cechi now playing for all the marbles. Is he going to get this final push, or is it going to come to a stop? So far, supply seen at 49 over 70. LawLiet does still have 5 wisp inside that gold mine. And here we go. All right, Ghoul is getting quickly destroyed. There is a Staff of Preservation saving a unit. Units are falling left and right as another Staff of Preservation does go down. 3 Crypt Fiends need to deal a lot of damage to a handful of Dryads. There's a Breath of Fire, but the Breath of Fire didn't do all that much as another bear does get taken out here. All right, we are still looking into an engagement. So far, both sides are fighting. Who's going to come out on top? There goes a Destroyer. And I believe Cechi gives the GG. LawLiet takes game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.